Hey all, welcome to my page. So glad you joined me today. My name is Tianya, and on this page you're going to watch me do a wash day with ease through detangling. You'll see the process that I use to help me detangle, because we know wash days can take all day, and it is an all-day process. I have, I guess, about 4C hair, so I'm going to show you my process in making wash day easier with 4C hair, to give you the best chance of retaining your length and keeping a natural and keeping a healthy head. So look out for that, and go ahead and like this if it is helpful to you. Subscribe if you look forward to any more of my content. I do a lot of DIYs. Yeah, y'all rock with me. I'm here for the long run. All right, let's get into the video. I hope you enjoy. All right, all. So I'm starting off looking a whole hot mess. Ooh, lordy. That hair, oh man, you know, I mean, what can I say? You know, us naturals, sometimes the hair just gets away and does its own thing. It has a mind of its own. I was doing a couple things with my hair that week in different sections, trying different things out. So it was just looking crazy. Okay, that's that. So I start with just watering it, making sure it's fully saturated. That makes the detangling process a lot easier, and that also stretches my hair, which also makes the detangling process easier with the hair being stretched. So I just make sure I'm getting every single strand and it's just drenched in soap before I start detangling. All right, now I'm starting with my conditioner. I'm using the Shea Moisture Power Greens conditioner with Moringa and Avocado. I always start my wash day sessions with conditioner. I do not start with shampoo. I start with conditioner because I start with the detangling process first, and I like to use conditioner because it gives you more slip than shampoo most of the time. This is my first time using this particular conditioner to detangle in a while, and so I think here I'm noticing I have to use a lot more product than usual. This isn't my favorite conditioner because I noticed also that it didn't have as much slip as my usual conditioner does, but it's gonna get the job done. I'm parting my hair into sections. Usually I would have my hair tools in order to keep them parted, but I just kind of threw myself in here and just went with it. So I'm just splitting it up into two sides or two halves in order to keep up with each, all of my hair. So I'm working on one section first, this is a large section, but I'm working on that section. I realized I need to break it down a little more just to get that product worked in. This product, like I said, it didn't have as much slip, and it also didn't spread easily. It was really hard to get it going through my strands. Granted, my hair was very dry, so it really needed a lot of work, but this is not typical as long as this took in as much product that I needed. Was not typical. So then I start to detangle with my finger. So this is really important that before you go in with the comb or a brush or any tools, you're using your fingers to get out the big kinks, to get out the big knots or big tangles. You want to use your finger just to break apart the bigger tangles before you go into a device. All right, here I'm going in with my detangling brush. This is one of my favorite brushes, but honestly, I feel like they all do the job. It's more so the technique that makes the difference. You always want to make sure when you're detangling, number one, you're starting in sections. You never want to just run a brush or comb through your hair, especially if you have 4B or 4C hair. Like me, you want to work in sections, always starting at the ends of your hair and working your way up as you detangle until you reach, closer to your scalp, such as you see me doing. So that section is detangled, and once I'm done detangling each section, I always put them in twists just to keep it detangled, because my hair is going to try to shrink up, it's going to try to tangle back up, and we don't want that. So here I'm showing you a little bit of a texture shot. I have a lot of this product in my hair because, like I said, it wasn't really giving me as much slip as I wanted, so I had to use a lot, and it kind of looks like even the conditioner is like just drying up on me at this point. But we're about 3/4 of the way detangled at this point. Notice how I'm using my fingers as a guide. Like, your fingers are so important. I use it to feel the knots in my hair. I use it to gauge, the strands that I need to separate in order to clear the knots. Here I need to cut, so it's always good to have a pair of shears with you in the bathroom for pieces like that. And clearly I need a trim as well. So I notice that I need a trim when I start seeing things like this, where my hair is just like snagging onto each other at the ends. That's how I know I need a trim. So here we are. I have all of my twists in, and I had about 4 stragglers, strings that were hanging because they were connected to other strands, and I decided just to leave it until I could grab my shears because I didn't want to, you don't want to pull them or rip it, so I was just going to cut it later. Here I'm rinsing. I've let the conditioner help me with detangling, but because detangling took so long, I don't need to sit and let the conditioner sit in my hair because it's already been about 35-40 minutes of detangling. So I say about 30 minutes. So you just want to go ahead and rinse. I'm just about all rinsed here. And if there's a little bit of conditioner left, that's fine because you're about to use shampoo anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my shampoo now, which is also the Power Green shampoo with Moringa and Avocado. It's the same collection from Shea Moisture, one of my favorite brands. And this time I'm just going to work into my scalp. Try to get into the scalp area more so because I've already kind of co-washed my hair with the conditioner, but I want to make sure that my scalp is squeaky clean, as it is the foundation of healthy hair, good hair growth. So I want to make sure my scalp is really squeaky clean, and I'm really just focusing on the scalp. I don't ever use shampoo to scrub my strands. It's always me just working it into my scalp. Also notice how I'm working in sections here as well. So I'm always working in sections. I try to keep my twists intact. Sometimes, they loosen up, and every now and then if I have a good trim and my hair is doing really good, they'll open up and I'll just leave it and I'll just continue. But because I need a trim and my hair is kind of, recovering, I want to maintain my twist throughout as I, work my way through. So you see me just trying trying to hold them twists in. But the focus is the scalp with the shampoo. Woo! So after all of that scalp massaging and shampooing my scalp, it is time to rinse. I did the other side off camera because I know you guys don't need to see both sides, but I did the same thing on the other side of my head. But I'm just showing you the one side. I'm now rinsing it out. Next, I'll be showing you the deep conditioner that I use. That was just a sample pack that I had gotten. This was the first time I've used this. When you see my face, although it looks like I wasn't pleased, that was actually like, wow, this really smells good face. It was different. I was like, I couldn't really decide because it smelled good, but it was just so different. It smelled pasty. It was a sweet smell, but it was like paste, like a sweet paste. So I was just a little confused. First I was like, wow, this really smells good. But then I was like, I don't know. It's just weird. But it does smell good. But it's definitely a sweet, pasty smell. That's the best I can describe. Best way I can describe it. And it is not a slippery, deep conditioner. It's just very pasty. So you do not want to try to detangle your hair with this because it's going to be difficult. So you just see me opening up sections, making different parts to make sure I get it throughout my whole entire head. And then back into the twist we go. I try not to leave my hair out free for too long while it's wet. So whenever I can, I always try to get that twist back into each section. Here I got some more product for the next section, and I do use a lot of product on my hair because my strands are really I have a lot of strands, so I wouldn't say my strands are thick. I have really fine strands, but I have a lot of strands, so I have a lot of hair, and I want to make sure that I just work the product through every single section. I focus more on the crown. So if you see, I'm like really using my fingers to rub the top of this section because that's where I have the most, breakage and the driest section of my hair. So I just make sure I focus there. And then finally the back. The back is always like the looser curl. It holds on to moisture the longest. It's usually not dry in the back, and it grows the fastest. Like, it just grows. The back of my hair just grows like freaking weeds because it's just a looser texture. It just holds on to moisture, and it's just, I don't know, it just maintains length in the back. So I always have the most breakage in the crown and sometimes at the front of my head, but the back is just, it's always super easy to detangle. So those of you with like 4A, 4B hair, that's what I got in the back. That back section is like a 4B curl pattern. I'm getting all of that good stuff out of this pack because we don't want to waste nothing. And I'm just going to be quiet and let you guys watch the rest. Alright guys, so this is it. My hair is detangled. I have my twist pulled back into a bun. I'm going to go sit under a dryer for about 20 minutes. But I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it helps.